Edgemere is a neighborhood situated along the Rockaway Barrier Island. A little over a century ago, 85% of our study area was once water and tidal marshland, and most of it was filled in back in 1911 Wavecrest to accommodate summer communities for the middle class, giving form to Edgemere's modern silhouette. From the 1800s and into the mid-1900s, the Rockaways was a popular vacation destination, featuring hotels, amusement parks, and summer beach homes.
Edgemere's transformation into its current physical and socioeconomic state started in the 1950s after World War II. As the Rockaways started losing favor as a summer resort destination, Robert Moses replaced their facilities with quote-unquote high-rise public housing projects. As these projects came in, white residents left, and eventually the projects would come to house the financially needy relative to the rest of New York. Today's Edgemere is a primarily black neighborhood with low income rates and high employment, while New York City has generally higher employment rates, higher income, and is more diverse.
Initial developments that filled in the marshes robbed Edgemere of its ecological heritage and an important natural feature that also provides natural protection against flooding. Subsequent developments then created and exacerbated social challenges, leading to decades of neglect still evident in the neighborhood's physical environment.
As recent events have exposed, Edgemere's low-lying topography and coastal location constitute a significant risk in the face of storm surge flooding and regular tidal flooding. This is only worsened by projections of impending sea level rise, the most pessimistic of which foresees a 75-inch increase by the 2100s.
Despite these challenges, the Far Rockaway neighborhoods, including Edgemere, have fostered their own unique potential. According to the Far Rockaway Queens Neighborhood Arts and Cultural Inventory, the greater area of the Eastern Rockaways is, quote, home to a growing arts and cultural community, unquote. However, the scarcity of anchor institutions have pushed artists to take their work off the peninsula.
In light of these conditions, we came up with 6 guiding principles, while placing particular emphasis on 1. To embrace flooding by adequately designing for flooding and future sea level rise in order to convert Edgemere's waterfront from a liability to an asset. 2. To respect nature by acknowledging the social and environmental benefits of Edgemere's original landscape and restoring the connection between people and land. And 3. To strengthen community bonds by creating a place where the resources and talent that already exist within the Rockaways can converge and reach their full potential and in the process increase neighborhood well-being.
To ground our proposal, we looked at Resilient Edgemere, a planning initiative that looks to address challenges related to flooding, transportation, housing, as well as the lack of amenities within the neighborhood.
Our proposal responds to the plan's recommendation to limit residential development in favor of quote-unquote resilient building forms, as well as the establishment of a commercial corridor along Rockaway Freeway and Beach 49th Street. We do this by strategically programming the spaces along Edgemere's northern Bayside waterfront. This allows us to establish a more private community corridor at the other end of the neighborhood, weaving the community together to strengthen the vitality and safety of the neighborhood between these soft borders. In addition, the clear proximity to water provided an opportunity to redefine Edgemere's relationship to one of its greatest threat and resources. Addressing nature, this area has historically been salt marshlands, making it an ideal area to start reintroducing the neighborhood to its lost natural heritage.
We also reviewed community engagement and feedback documents to pinpoint our programming. According to the Resilient Edgemere Create Phase feedback, residents hope to see the bayfront developed with protective features that enhance waterfront access, with spaces for activities such as fishing and exercise. In terms of facilities, gyms/fitness centers, rec centers were both high on their respective lists, with arts and cultural spaces being a notable mention.
At the base of our site, we propose a public plaza that serves as a gathering point for neighborhood residents, with accommodations for play, performance, and vending. This conversion from an empty lot to a vibrant social node will also increase the safety of nearby institutions.
Along the coast, facing Conch Basin, we propose a programmed boardwalk with viewing decks and a swimming pool, with spaces throughout for smaller scale activities to provide an active waterfront and connect the plaza to the cultural center.
Looking out to the bay and back into the neighborhood, we propose a cultural center that will have spaces for the creation and expression of art, as well as exercise and space for larger indoor gatherings.
These 3 links from a chain of protection along Little Bay that also become a site for community life, while acting as an anchor point for potential salt marsh restoration, allowing the neighborhood to recover and flourish alongside the local ecology.